Okay, what I want to talk about today is the NBA. The problem with the NBA today is that it's different than it was back in the '90s. That's when I started following basketball. Back then, more teams in the league were in the point of the regular. There was a point of the regular season. Teams were in it, and it was not known who was going to come out. I mean, the Bulls back then were the best team, but it was not a definite thing. Like there were other good teams, like the Lakers were good, the Spurs maybe a little bit, the Rockets, Knicks, Pacers, Magic, and any of those teams, honestly, any given year could have come out and won the championship. It was more competitive, and I mean, of course, you had some bad teams in the end, but there were a lot of teams that were competitive, and there were a lot of good games on Sundays. Used to have, decent matchups. When people were interested in watching the Knicks against the Pacers, the Knicks Magic, all those teams had a shot. These days in the NBA, it's really just it's the Warriors and Cavaliers. I mean, is any other team possibly going to beat? I mean, the Warriors will win. Maybe the Cavaliers have a shot. I mean, what other team in the East is even worth watching in the regular season? Besides, I mean, the Celtics. I'm sure the Celtics would be okay. They're not as good as the Cavs. And what other team is even good in the East? And the West, I mean, no team comes close to the Spurs. Obviously, are always good, but what other teams are even good at all? I mean, the Rockets. I mean, Chris Paul and James Harden are good players, but they're nowhere near good as the Warriors and Cavaliers. I mean, the NBA, the regular season is pointless. It's just tons of games that mean nothing, and it just becomes just to watch it for statistics and to see your favorite players who could put up the best numbers. Watch LeBron, see if he could, average 30 this year. And unless your team is doing okay, like if you're a Knicks fan, if they're doing okay, you might watch some Knicks games. If they're not doing so well, then you just wait around for the playoffs. You pick either the Cavs, Celtics, or Warriors, and you watch the finals and you hope they win. I mean, it's become boring, the NBA, because the problem is teams are owners are realizing that in the NBA, it's an all or nothing. Either you put together, you go for this big team with all these stars and you try to win now, or it doesn't pay. Or you just try to get rid of your players, just get tons of draft picks like the Celtics did years ago, and hope in the future you get lucky and your team comes out as one of the best teams. It's become a one team, at any given couple years, is one team or two teams that have a shot. Everyone else is rebuilding draft picks. And then it's a luck pot, and somebody will eventually put together some good rookies, and that's it. It's not a competitive season like it used to be. Years ago, the draft picks were just a small part of it. It was the regular season; every team was going for the championship, and if you didn't make it, all right, at least you got a draft pick. But that wasn't the goal of the NBA. Now it's all about draft picks and who could come up with a big star. Okay, thanks.